The exotic rarity has some of the most interesting and unique weapons in Fortnite. It's weird because we're used to judging how strong a weapon is based on its rarity, but for exotics that's sort of thrown out the window. They're still good for the most part. Usually they have comparable stats to their gold version, but the thing with the exotic rarity is that they have some sort of unique twist or ability. Some were incredibly busted and some were just complete garbage and actually confuse you as to why they were added. Like seriously, what is the twist with this weapon? It's just worse than the normal version, but they definitely had a place in the game, especially considering the fact that they weren't even in the main loot pool. You usually had to go out of your way and pay gold to get your hands on them. But since the OG season and chapter 5, we haven't seen them in Battle Royale and it's almost been a year. Okay, well technically we did have this one, but that's a different story and I'll get to that later. So today I want to take a look at the history of exotics and see why we haven't had them in Battle Royale recently. But before we get into that, I've got a question for you guys, especially you build players out there. Do you ever feel like you're at a disadvantage in Fortnite because of your ping and location and there's just nothing that you can do about it? Well, that's where today's sponsor Exit Lag comes in. Exit Lag is the best solution to give you a lag-free gaming experience with less ping and input lag wherever you are. No more not being able to take someone's wall in a build fight just because they have a better gaming chair. Play at your best with a stable connection. With over 2,000 servers worldwide, Exit Lag will find the most optimized one for you. Their AI route optimizer finds the best routes for your data packets in real time, and their dynamic stabilizer routes the packets through up to 4 different paths all at the same time to ensure a smooth and secure connection. So you can see my ping here using Exit Lag, and this isn't just for Fortnite. Pretty much every online multiplayer game is available here, and it's really just a no-brainer to get yourself a lag-free gaming experience. Once you have Exit Lag installed, just enable it, find your game. For me, I have Fortnite in recent, apply the routes, and then that's it, you're set. They even have new duo and squad multiplayer plans where you can have up to 5 people experiencing the benefits of Exit Lag under one subscription. You can try it using the link below to get yourself a free 3-day trial, and trust me, you won't want to go back. So thank you again to Exit Lag for sponsoring today's video. Definitely check them out. Okay, so the exotic rarity was introduced back in chapter 2 season 5 with 5 sort of brand new weapons. I'd say the shadow tracker was the staple exotic weapon and easily gives you the idea of what these do. A suppressed pistol that marks enemies when hit. Same exact damage as a gold pistol with that added ability. This seems to be one of Epic's favorites as it's been in the game pretty much all the way through up until the OG season. Exotics were obtained through a number of ways. You could buy them from NPCs for gold. You might have a small chance of rolling them from a malfunctioning vending machine. Some would drop from llamas. You could use keys to open hollow chests or maybe just get them from activating an augment. Obviously at this point in season 5, the only way to obtain them was from NPCs. They also sold the dub, Nighthawk, Boom Sniper, and the most/least interesting one, the Storm Scout. This was the exact same thing as the gold version of the original Storm Scout sniper. Same stats, same functionality. I guess Epic just decided that the original Storm Scout was unique and OP and decided that the only way for players to get it should be from buying it with a limited amount available. But for all the other exotics, they did have their unique twist, with the Boom Sniper probably being the most different from its original counterpart, the Heavy Sniper. This was basically just a clinger launcher but with a sniper scope. Do you guys remember that one spot in chapter 3 where there was a permanent llama spawn and the NPC that sold the Boom Sniper and the shield kegs? Man, that was a good season. Alright, anyway, moving on. Season 5 also later introduced the Dragon's Breath Sniper, the Big Chill, which was just a chiller grenade launcher, only seen for that year's Christmas event and never came back. Despite being nerfed 4 years later for Chapter 5's Winterfest, it weirdly enough never made its way back into Battle Royale. It'd also be pretty weird for me to find out that you guys aren't using code Tedesco in the Fortnite item shop to support me. We also had Hot Rock Dualies, the Burst Quad Launcher, and one of the best and most OP exotics, the Chug Cannon. Season 6 vaulted most of these, but also introduced some new exotic bows and the Marksman 6-shooter. Okay, so let me get this straight. This is based off of the 6-shooter, which in purple rarity does 38 damage, and this exotic version only does 24. So what other stat did they have to buff in order to justify nerfing the damage? Can it hold more ammo? Does it fire faster? Does it reload faster? No. This weapon confused me for the longest time. I had no idea what the effect was that made this exotic rarity. We can ignore the fact that the weapon's description in game literally said it, but this gun had a 4 times headshot multiplier, which you might think is great. And then you remember that the purple version with its 38 damage and 2 times multiplier does 76 for a headshot. And this exotic version with its 4 times multiplier does 96, only 20 damage more. Is that worth losing 14 base damage for? I don't know. Maybe, but this 4x multiplier doesn't even really matter because the weapon's so bad, so who gives a shit. Season 7 only gave us one new exotic weapon, being the burst pulse rifle. Other burst weapons obviously were an exotic rarity, but I think it made sense for this one specific weapon only available during this one season. Season 8 would give us two new items, the chili chug splashes, which were a great addition to llamas and probably more balanced than the chug cannon since that was infinite. Then we got the icy grappler, which I don't see anyone talking about, maybe because of the fact that it was only in the game for a month, but even during that 1 month, I didn't see anyone really caring about this item, but I think it served its purpose. This grappler has infinite charges, but also gives you the icy feet effect. So of course you don't want to use it in a build fight, but in terms of mobility, you can get anywhere on the map with this, with infinite uses, no cooldown. I actually really enjoyed it. And if you're enjoying this video, you could subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot. So then we enter chapter 3, and the next 4 seasons are just spent rotating through the exotics that have already been in the game, and we didn't get anything new. Chapter 4 comes around and basically had an entire event focused around exotic weapons, but let's get the super slap splash out of the way first. Added in chapter 4 season 3, this gave you the infinite stamina effect, which was arguably better than the pepper effect from the chili chug splash, and the slaps effect also healed you for 10 more each. Also in season 3, the shadow tracker would be changed to be fully automatic, which made this one of the best pistols, one of the best weapons in general in this game. But now let's talk about when Epic randomly decided to drop the most wanted event in the later half of chapter 4 season 1. This felt like a whole new season launch, and it was just for a 2-week limited event. You would get 5 new exotic weapons, and all of these were some of the best yet. A heisted breacher shotgun, accelerant shotgun, explosive AR, run and gun SMG, and blink mag SMG. We also got the boom sniper and hot rock dualies unvaulted, along with the exotics that were already in that season, and you could easily get exotics from the vaults. This update came with a whole mini battle pass and a brand new heat gameplay mechanic. Yeah, the whole event was just absolute peak, and it sucks that this was basically the last time exotics were really focused on in the game. Like, yeah, we did get the slap splash later on in the chapter, but then that was it. The rest of chapter 4 just rotated through the exotics we already had, with a big focus on the new heisted ones, and then we went into the OG season, which obviously wouldn't have any exotics. Then we go into chapter 5, and most of the mainstay elements that weren't in the OG season ended up returning, like mythics, fishing, gold, NPCs, but we didn't get any exotics. Then for chapter 5's Winterfest, we did end up getting the icy grappler in the game, and that was only for 1 day before being removed due to a bug, and that would be the last time we ever saw exotics in Battle Royale. So why? And it's not like Epic ever gave an official response to this question, so this is just speculation, but we can put pieces together to make sense out of this. The exotics, like some of the augments, offered unique abilities to your existing weapons, and with chapter 5 we can now mod our weapons and customize them to our likings, even though the options are extremely limited, but that's besides the point. So I guess Epic just thinks that they didn't have a place in chapter 5 as they want us to focus on the weapon customization instead. I don't know, I mean, that's definitely the reason that the augments were removed, no question about it. Some of these augments, like increasing the magazine size or making the reload time faster, are exactly what some of these weapon mods do. But then we have the medallions. In season 1 they all just replenish your shield, so nothing crazy there, but in season 2 they all started to give you unique abilities, and I think that really replaced the entire concept of exotic weapons. The siphon and agility medallions from season 2 could have easily been tied to a specific exotic weapon, and the effect could only be applied when using that. I mean, the infinite nitro medallion from season 3, that was basically just the run and gun SMG but on crack, and it also applied to every single item in your loadout, which by the way, your loadout was filled with weapons that you could have customized and used the unique ability from the medallion on top of that. So I do think that the gameplay of chapter 5 with weapon mods and medallions has led to completely phase out exotic weapons. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that had nothing to do with Epic's decision, but looking at it, I think it makes the most sense. My question to you guys is, what was your favorite exotic weapon, and would you want to see these return in the future?